I know the topic of Israel is on everyone's mind. I have an update from Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who I got off the phone with this morning. Special Envoy Witkoff and Ambassador Huckabee had a very productive meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu and other officials today in Israel on the topic of delivering much-needed food and aid to Gaza. President Trump is a humanitarian with a big heart, and that's why he sent Special Envoy Witkoff to the region in an effort to save lives and end this crisis. Tomorrow, Special Envoy Witkoff and Ambassador Huckabee will be traveling into Gaza to inspect the current distribution sites and secure a plan to deliver more food and meet with local Gazans to hear firsthand about this dire situation on the ground. The Special Envoy and the Ambassador will brief the President immediately after their visit to approve a final plan for food and aid distribution into the region.
And then on Israel-Gaza, there are some reports that negotiations with Hamas might not be continuing. Did you get any updates from Steve Witkoff on that?
I did. Special Envoy Witkoff is actively talking with our counterparts in Israel about that, and he wants to give some grace to the president so he can fully brief the president on what he's learning on the ground in both Israel and Gaza. But the president put out a very strong statement on Truth Social this morning, which I'm sure you saw, and he said the quickest way to end this entire conflict, the humanitarian crisis that we've seen, and the crisis in Israel that of course started on October 7th when Hamas brutally kidnapped and raped innocent Israelis, that terrible terrorist attack, is for Hamas to surrender, to release all of the hostages, and to end this conflict. And that's what the president wants to see. He's made that very clear. But the special envoy will be in Gaza tomorrow, as I shared with you previously.
President Donald Trump's Mideast envoy has arrived in Israel on a critical diplomatic mission. Steve Witkoff's visit is expected to focus largely on the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Gaza. Witkoff is meeting with Israeli leaders, and those talks also are including discussions on his ongoing efforts to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Witkoff, just a week ago, had appeared to be very close to reaching a deal. Those talks broke down late in the process and now appear to be at a standstill. In the meantime, conditions on the ground in Gaza remain very difficult. Health officials there, once again, are reporting dozens of people killed while trying to reach various sites across Gaza, across the territory, in hopes of getting food at food distribution sites. Israel has been under heavy international criticism in recent days over images of starving children coming out of Gaza. In response, it has announced a series of steps aimed at improving and increasing the flow of food into the territory. However, aid groups say there still hasn't been any signs of improvement on the ground. So the world will be following this visit by Witkoff very closely, hoping that he can bring about some sort of improvement in the conditions in Gaza.